Hello students, today we will start with a new lesson in geography. Unit 7, Human Geography of Tamilnadu. What does this human geography mean? Human geography is the branch of geography that deals with humans and their interaction with the environment. We know that our earth is gifted with a variety of natural resources. In this lesson, we are going to see how humans turn all these natural resources into useful products with their skills and abilities. The topics we are going to cover in today's class. The first topic is agriculture, and the second topic, geographical determinants of agriculture. We will see about each in detail. Introduction. Human geography refers to the study of ways of development of human societies and their operation in relation to their physical environment. That is, the human geography deals with the ways of development of human society and the interaction of the humans with the physical environment. We know that our earth is blessed with a variety of natural resources. It is gifted with variety of natural resources such as landforms, rivers, soil, natural vegetation, water and wildlife. These resources becomes really useful only when they are utilized. Humans turn all these natural resources into useful products with their skills and abilities. Thus, the humans are considered to be the most significant resource on the earth's surface. Learning objectives. In this lesson, we will understand the agricultural factors, that is, the factors which affect the agriculture in Tamil Nadu, the major crops which are grown, and also their distribution in Tamil Nadu. Next, we will learn about the water resources, mineral resources, and industrial resources in Tamil Nadu. Next, we will analyze the population and its composition in Tamil Nadu. And finally, we will learn about the man-made disasters in the state. In the previous lesson, we saw about the natural disasters that took place in Tamil Nadu. In this lesson, we will study about the man-made disasters. Agriculture. The word agriculture is derived from the Latin words ager and cultura, which means field and growing. Agriculture is the practice of farming that includes the cultivation of crops, rearing of animals, birds, forestry, fisheries, and other related activities. All these activities together is termed as agriculture. Agriculture is the main occupation for the people in Tamil Nadu. Since independence, about 65% of the population depends on agriculture for its living. Agriculture provides employment for rural people on a large scale. That is, majority of the people in village depend on agriculture for their living. It constitutes about 21% of the state's economy. That is, agriculture constitutes about 21% of the financial aspects of the state. Some of the principal food crops of the state are paddy, millet, and pulses. The commercial crops are sugarcane, cotton, sunflower, coconut, cashew, chilies, groundnuts, tea, coffee, cardamom, gingerly, and rubber. Geographical determinants of the agriculture. We are already familiar with this topic. Anyway, we will have a review on this. Landforms, climate, soil, and irrigation, that is the water supply, are the factors that determine the growth of agriculture. First is the landform. The most suitable place for agriculture is the plains. The plains with alluvial soil enhance agricultural productivity. We have seen about plains already. The plains are filled with the sediments of the rivers. So the soil is filled with nutrients and minerals. So therefore the soil is very fertile and it helps in cultivation of the crops. For example, the plains of Granary. In the plateaus, the agriculture is moderate. In the hills, the agriculture is poor when compared to the plains and plateaus. Climate. Tamilnadu is situated in a tropical zone. That is, it is found in between the equator and the Tropic of Cancer. So it experiences relatively high temperature almost throughout the year. We also know that Tamilnadu receives its maximum rainfall from the northeast monsoon. Therefore, the major cropping season also begins with this season. The rainfall in this season and the irrigation facilities affect agriculture to a large extent. Soil. In the previous lesson, we saw about the formation of soil, types of soil, and also the various crops cultivated in each type of soil. We know that soil is one of the essential elements of agriculture because it provides minerals and nutrients for the growth of plants. The regions of river valleys and the coastal plains are covered with fertile alluvial soil. These regions are fertile because of the sediments deposited by the rivers. Irrigation. Irrigation is the process through which controlled amount of water is supplied through artificial means such as pipes, sprinklers, etc. Tamil Nadu depends on northeast monsoon and the west and the south districts of Tamil Nadu receives rainfall from the southwest monsoon also. But the monsoon rainfall in the state is highly irregular. Further, it is seasonal. Hence, irrigation becomes necessary for successful cultivation of crops in the state. In the dry regions, rain-fed crops are cultivated. That is, these crops depend fully on the rainfall for water. Types and regions of agriculture practices in Tamil Nadu. There are three main types of farming in Tamil Nadu. They are subsistence intensive agriculture, plantation agriculture, and mixed farming. Subsistence intensive agriculture is practiced all over Tamil Nadu with few exceptions. The subsistence intensive agriculture means the farmers grow food crops to meet the needs of themselves and their families, and the remaining produce is used for exchange against other goods. Next comes the plantation agriculture. Plantation agriculture is carried out in hill slopes of eastern and western Ghats. Plantation crops are those which are cultivated on an extensive scale like tea, coffee, rubber, etc. The third comes mixed farming. In the mixed farming type, it involves the growing of crops as well as the raising of livestock, that is, the cattle, goats, and sheep. This type of farming is carried out in the banks of river Kaveri and Tenpennai. The Tamarado Rice Research Institute is an Indian research institute working in the field of rice. With the help of the agricultural colleges and research centers, they perform quality check for rice and rice-based cropping system. The TRRI comes under the Tamilnadu Agricultural University. It is situated at Adurai in Tanjavur district. It was established in the year 1985 in the month of April. In the previous class, we saw about agriculture and the factors which determine the growth of agriculture. In today's class, we will see the cropping seasons in Tamil Nadu and the distribution of major crops in Tamil Nadu. Cropping seasons in Tamil Nadu. Farmers select different crops for different seasons of cultivation. The selection of the crops are also based on the temperature and availability of moisture content in the soil. The state has the following cropping seasons. First is the Sornavari, which is also called as the Chittere Pattam. Second is the Samba or Adi Pattam. And third is the Navarai. During the Sornavari season, they sow seeds in the month of April and May, and they harvest in the month of August and September. That is, they collect the fully grown crops in the month of August and September. The major crops grown in this season are millets and cotton. And the next comes the Samba or Adipattam season. During this season, they sow the seeds in the month of July and August and harvest in the month of January and February. The major crops grown in this season are paddy and sugarcane. The next season is Navarai. They sow the seeds in the month of November and December and harvest in the month of February and March. The major crops grown in this season are fruits, vegetables, cucumber and watermelon. Paddy. Paddy is one of the most important food crop of Tamil Nadu. Paddy in Tamil called as Nil. We all know that rice is one of the staple food of the people of Tamil Nadu. It is served mostly during the lunch. The major varieties of paddy are Punni and Kichadi Samba. Paddy is cultivated over an area of about 3 million hectares in Tamil Nadu. Major districts of cultivation. Though paddy is cultivated all over Tamil Nadu, its cultivation is highly concentrated in the districts of Tanjavur, Tiruvarur, Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram, Viluppuram, Kadalur and Tirunelveli districts. Tamil Nadu ranks third in the production of rice among the states in India. Tanjavur district holds a special place. The deltaic region of River Kaveri, that is the Tanjavur district, is the major rice producing region of Tamil Nadu, and hence it is called as the Granary of Tamil Nadu. Granary means storehouse of grains. Millets. Millets serve as the major food for about 1/3 of human population of Tamil Nadu. Millets are grown not only in drier areas but also in the coastal plains. The major millets are sorghum, ragi, and bajra. Though there are many types of millets grown in Tamil Nadu, the three major types are sorghum, ragi, and bajra. Sorghum is called as cholam in Tamil. It is cultivated in Coimbatore Plateau and in Kambam Valley. Next comes ragi, which is called as kelvaragu in Tamil. It is mainly cultivated in Coimbatore, Dharmaburi, Vellore and Kadalur districts. Next comes bajra, called as kambu in Tamil. It is cultivated in Ramanathapuram, Tirunelveli, Karur, Perambalur and Salem districts. India observed 2018 as National Year of Millets. The Food and Agricultural Organization has decided to observe 2023 as the International Year of Millets. The next crop we are going to see is about pulses. Pulses is called as Parpu Vagaigal in Tamil. That is the Bengal gram, green gram, red gram, horse gram. All these comes under the pulses. Millets in Tamil are called as the Sirudhaniyangal. That is as we saw in the last topic. Kambu, kelvaragu, all these comes under millets. Pulses are the major source of protein. Pulses are grown in wide range of climatic conditions, mostly in drier regions with or without irrigation. Mild, cool climate and low moderate rainfall are best suited for these crops. So therefore, pulses are grown in almost all districts in the state except Chennai, Nilgiris and Kanyakumari. Pulses serve as excellent fodder. Fodder is the crops that are used to feed the cattle, goats and sheep. Now let us see the few varieties of pulses. Bengal gram, called as Kadalaparuppu in Tamil, is mostly cultivated in Coimbatore district. Next, red gram, called as Thoramparuppu, is cultivated in Vellore and Kanyakumari districts. Green gram and black gram, that is the Pasiparuppu and Uluthamparuppu, which is cultivated in Tiruvarur, Nagapattinam and Thoothukudi districts. Last comes the horse gram, called as Kollu, which is cultivated mostly in Dharmapuri and Krishnagiri districts. Oil seeds. Some of the major oil seeds grown in the state of Tamil Nadu are groundnut, gingerly, that is the Tamil called as ellu, castor, coconut, sunflower and mustard. Among them, groundnut is the major oil seed of the state. Uses of oil. Oil are generally used in preparation of food. They are used in industries as lubricant. That is, they are used to reduce the friction between two moving objects and helps them to move easily. Used in manufacture of varnish, soaps, candles, cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, etc. Places of cultivation of groundnut seeds. Groundnut seeds are highly cultivated in the districts of Vellore, Tiruvannamalai, Viluppuram, Salem and Pudukkottai. They are cultivated to some extent, that is, they are moderately cultivated in Dharmaburi, Kadalur, Perambalur and Madurai districts. The cultivation of groundnut seeds are low in the districts of Erode, Ramanathapuram, Sivagangai and Virudhunagar. Next, the coconut seed is grown in the Coimbatore, Tanjavur and Kanyakumari districts. You can also identify the symbols in the map, that is the oil seed symbol in the map, and locate the districts. Sugarcane. Sugarcane is one of the major cash crop of the state. Cash crop means these crops are produced for its commercial value. Sugarcane is an annual crop, which means the plants that complete their entire life cycle in 1 year is called as an annual crop. They sprout out from the seed, grows to maturity and produce their offspring within a course of year. And so it is called as an annual crop. Sugarcane is also called as an annual crop. Sugarcane requires high temperature and heavy rainfall. It grows well in tropical region. Major sugarcane producing districts are Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram, Vellore, Kadalur, Tiruchirappalli, Coimbatore, Erode and Tirunelveli. Cotton. Cotton is a fiber and a cash crop. That is, cotton is also cultivated for commercial purpose. Cotton grows well in black soil. We have seen this already while studying the types of soil. So, cotton grows well in black soil. Humid weather in the early stages and hot dry weather during the harvest period is suitable for this crop. That is, if there is lot of moisture in the air, it is called as a humid weather. The cultivation of the cotton crop requires humid weather in the initial stage of its growth and hot dry weather during the harvest period. It is predominantly cultivated in Coimbatore Plateau and Vaigai-Vaipar River Basin. It is also cultivated in Madurai, Ramanathapuram, Virudhunagar, Tirunelveli, Thoothukudi, Salem and Dharmaburi districts. Plantation crops. A plantation is a large-scale estate meant for farming that specializes in cash crops. We already know what is a cash crop. The crops which are mainly cultivated for commercial supply are said to be the cash crops. When these cash crops are planted in a large-scale estate, are said to be the plantation crops. Some of the plantation crops are cotton, coffee, tea, sugarcane, rubber, oil seeds, forest trees, etc. Among them, the major plantation crops of our state are tea, coffee, cashew, rubber and chinchona. We will see about each in detail. First, we will see about the tea plantation. Tamilnadu ranks second in the production of tea in India. Assam ranks first in the production of tea. Next to Assam, Tamilnadu stands second in the production of tea. Tea plantation are found in the hills of Nilgiris and Coimbatore. The Nilgiris is the notable region for tea plantation. In the map here, you can see the tea plantation in the Nilgiris and in Coimbatore districts. Next, we will see about the coffee plantation. Coffee plants are grown in the hills of Western Ghats as well as the Eastern Ghats. Airghat, Kolli Hills and Kodaikanal are notable for coffee plantation. The coffee plants are also grown in the hilly slopes of Dindigul, Madurai, Theni and Salem districts. Tamilnadu stands second in the production of coffee next to Karnataka. Next we will see about the rubber plantation. The rubber plantation is mainly carried out in the district of Kanyakumari. Pepper plantation is extensively found in warm and wet slopes of eastern and western Ghats of Tamil Nadu. Cashew plantation is carried out in Kadalur district. The next plantation crop we are going to see about is Chinkona. Chinkona is planted at heights varying from 1060 to 1280 meters. The Chinkona plants are found in the Annamalai Hills. Chinkona is a tree and the bark of this tree is used to make medicine. In the picture here, you can find the Chinkona tree. The bark of this tree is used to make medicine. Next is the cardamom. Cardamom is Elakai. The cardamom estates are located at few places in the hills of Madurai region at an elevation of 915 to 1525 meters. Cardamom has a great importance among Indian spices. Due to its special flavor and aroma, it is also known as the Queen of Spices. Tamilnadu Tea Plantation Corporation Limited, also called as TAN Tea, is one of the biggest black tea producers in India with high quality clonal tea. Its plantation spreads over nearly 4,500 hectares. Tamilnadu Dairy Development Corporation Limited was transformed into newly registered Tamilnadu Cooperative Milk Producers Federation Limited, which is popularly known as AVIN. Organic farming. We all know what is an organic farming. Organic farming is a farming method that involves growing and nurturing of crops without the use of chemical-based fertilizers and pesticides. Because these chemical-based fertilizers and pesticides are harmful to the environment. To promote organic farming, a central scheme named National Project on Organic Farming was launched. This scheme, apart from doing general things like creating awareness, promoting organic fertilizers, training, in spite of doing all these general things, the scheme provided financial assistance through Capital Investment Subsidy Scheme, in Tamil called as Maniyam. They provided financial assistance to agro-waste compost production units, biofertilizer, biopesticide production units, develop and implementation of quality control regime, human resource development, etc. They provided financial assistance to these units in order to improve the organic farming and also to extend organic farming in various regions of Tamil Nadu. Map study. Mark the areas of major crops. Take the major crops of Tamil Nadu map in your book Now take a Tamilnadu political map and mark the major crops in their respective districts as shown in the map. In this class today we will see about livestock or animal husbandry. Livestock are domesticated animals which are raised in agricultural farms. Animal husbandry is a branch of agriculture concerned with animals that are raised for meat, fiber, milk, eggs, or other products. In this class today, we will see how these livestock are interconnected with the life of rural people. Livestock or animal husbandry. Livestock has remained an integral part of socio-economic fabric of rural people. That is, the livestock has been interconnected with the life of the rural people. The people in village depend on these livestock for their living. These farm animals are considered as an asset to these people. The tableau column shows the total number of livestock found in Tamilnadu. First comes the cattle. Cattle includes cows, buffaloes and bisons. Next comes the sheep, goats and poultry. Poultry includes the chicken, turkeys and ducks. The poultry hub, that is a poultry farm, is found in Namakkal, Salem, Erode and in Coimbatore districts. A variety of cattle breeds are reared in the state for the milk and forms a major component of the rural economy. That is, the cattle are reared mainly for its milk. Goat. Goat is also known as poor man's cow in India because with very low investment, goat rearing can be made into a profitable business for small and marginal farmers. It forms a very important component in dryland farming system. That is, in dry regions where it is difficult or unsuitable for rearing a cattle like cow or buffalo, the best alternative is to rear goats with very low investment. Sheep. Sheep is used for multiple purposes like wool, meat, milk, skins and manure. It forms an important component for the rural economy. Most of the people in village depend on sheep for their living. That too, particularly in the dry, semi-dry and mountainous areas of Tamil Nadu. It provides a dependable source of income to the shepherds through the sale of wool and animals. Second Green Revolution. Eco-farming or organic farming. We already know what is meant by organic farming. In organic farming, synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, growth regulator and livestock feed additives are not used. This type of farming rely on crop rotation, which means growing of different crops alternatively on a piece of land to avoid soil erosion. That is, each time a different crop is planted in order to maintain the fertility of the soil. And the second one is crop residues. The vegetative crop residues are left on the field after harvesting. This prevents the soil erosion. Next is the animal manure. The fertilizers obtained from the waste of animal are called as the animal manure. It is also used in organic farming. It is used as a manure in organic farming. Next one is the off-farm organic waste. The other organic waste obtained from the outsource are called as the off-farm organic waste. And biological pest control are used to maintain soil productivity. This farming method is being adopted by very few farmers in the state. It has to be increased in number. Organic farming practices reduce pollution in the water, air and soil. It also helps conserve water, reduce soil erosion and uses less energy. Organic products are the best from nature and the best of nature. Fishing. Since Tamilnadu is a coastal state, fishing is one of the major occupation in the state. Fishing is also carried out in rivers and in reservoirs, and it is called as inland fishing. There are about 2,500 species of fishes found in different aquatic environments. We will see in detail about marine fishing and inland fishing. Marine fishing. Marine fishing is also called as inshore fish or nertic fishing. Marine fishing is carried out in oceans and seas. In marine fishing, large mechanized boats are used for fishing. There are two types of marine fishing. One is the inshore fishing and the second one is the offshore fishing. If the fishing is carried out within few kilometers from the shoreline, it is called as inshore fishing. If the fishing is carried out far from the shore, typically 20 to 30 miles out, it is called as offshore fishing. The length of the coastline of Tamil Nadu is about 1076 km. The area covered by the coastal region of the state is 0.19 million square kilometer. Therefore, Tamil Nadu is one of the leading states in marine fish production. The fish varieties caught during the marine fishing are sharks, flying fish, conch, catfish, silver bellies, and crabs. Chennai, Kanyakumari, Tirunelveli, Nagapattinam, Tanjavur, and Ramanathapuram districts contribute 40% to marine fish production in the state. Their coastal location favors fishing in these regions. The state has 3 major fishing harbors, 3 medium fishing harbors, and 363 fish landing centers. The export of marine products from the state during 2007 and 2008 accounted for 72,644 metric tons. Inland fishing. Inland fishing is carried out in lakes, rivers, ponds, estuaries, backwaters and swamps. We all know about lakes, rivers and ponds. Estuaries. Estuaries means water bodies which are usually found where the river meets the sea. Backwaters. Backwater is a part of river in which there is little or no current. It refers to a branch of a main river. Swamps. Swamps are considered to be the transition zone because both land and water play a role in creating this environment. Oysters and prawns are cultured in original nurseries, that is in farms. Catamaran, diesel boats, and floating nets are used in inland fishing. Tamilnadu Fisheries Department has introduced several programs for the betterment of fishing. They are the major programs are aquaculture in farm ponds and irrigation tanks, that is growing of fish in farm ponds and irrigation tanks. Aquaculture means breeding, rearing and harvesting of fish. Fish seed bank. Fish seed refers to the fertilized fish eggs. Fish seed rearing, ornamental fish culture and establishment of fish farmer development in development agencies. Vellore district leads in the production of inland fish with 10% of state's production. Kadalur, Sivagangai and Virudhunagar districts stands second with 9%. Thus, the fishing sector contributes 1.25% of state's economy.